afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting propaganda cast from the host Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda, Hero of the Reich, Defender of the Fatherland, off here to a 1 versus 1 on Feynman will approach. Yes, indeed, Feynman will approach between here. V-Pucks fighting for the United States of America, holding the line with the 5th Infantry Division under the attack here of the ruthless 1st SS Panzerdivision Leibstand under the command of Spanky, with fortifications, Luftwaffe ground forces, Scavenge, with maximum blitz, infantry bullets here versus V-Pucks. With infantry, machine gun, Jackson and infantry bullets here as well. We got truck storm pioneers surging towards the center, kicking in the door. Schnelldieter checks the floors. I'll check the refrigerator. You always check the refrigerator. Well, you never know. There might be some dangerous booze I had to dispose of. I am the sergeant, you know. And it's got Raven opening on the Sturm Pioneer. Truck heading towards there, securing the north. Interesting enough, he's heading northwards, but that part you'd think he'd sort of try and make a beeline for the southern viewpoint, tend to be normal. You got Fulsker there, it's not the Fulsker on the way. This overall is not going to be that functional engagement, except it looks like over there, detail went down. Got a truck there pushing in, looks like Spanky's up to some dirty driving about there. One squad they're pushed away. We got the 50 caliber precision opening up as well. Quickly trying there to set up some barricades, but that didn't quite work out there. The riflemen were too quick, too swift to be deceived by Spanky like that. Truck pushing in there again, taking more damage now though. More M1 Golan fire penetrating. We got a very early ambulance from V-Pucks. We got additional fields going here for Spanky and the Reich. Sturm Pioneer falling back there. Might be they're trying to draw in the Americans. There we go. Taking up in the building. In this case, with the rifle and heavy cover, the Sturm Pioneer here in the building. And at that range, that should overall be the rifleman's fight. So now Fulsker are joining in to support the Sturm Pioneer. And quickly shifting up positions. Pulling back the depleted Sturm Pioneer. And there we go. We got the ambulance up here for V-Pucks. The something falls back to the Fulskers up north. This is going to be a rather slow process here for V-Pucks if he intends to wear down Spanky's defense of this building. Truck pulled back to the base here, point being secured. And we got a battle group headquarters up here for Spanky with the 1st SS. Leibstandarte. Additional rifle in there for V-Pucks. Reasons opening up, and there goes suppressive fire, quickly pushing down those shots, goes into the dirt, and there we go, forcing retreat, nicely executed there by V-Pucks. Nice quick, we got Rifleman clearing up, getting closer there to the building. Overall increasing our lethality there versus the Krauts. Mines going down here, Schuminen. And Reasons pushing straight for the fuel there. We got the battle group headquarters almost done. And Barber, we note here the ambulance is rather close, it's actually, I think, actually allowed the Rifleman to reinforce there. Intriguingly enough. There goes Sturm Pioneer moving up there through the ditch to clear out those Yankees. But at the same time, so low on health, they are going to be swiftly pulled back. And there we go, fortification chosen. Heinz Jürgen went down on the retreat as well. MG34 being pulled up to the front line. He went for fortification. He could also have gone for Luftwaffe, but in this case, looks like Spanky opted for fortifications. Pulling up the Schwere Panzerabwehrkanone, amongst other things, it would possibly. Fully engaging the Rearslons, fire going back and forth. Denying the Oberkommando West precious fuel. There we go. Healing up there with the ambulance. And there you go, the Rearslons are finally forced to retreat. By the might of das Vaterland. Points are being secured. Point here as well. Sturmbannführer Spanky building up his forces for a fresh assault against the positions of the 5th Infantry. Riflemen here having a bad feeling about something right here, though they are not entirely sure what is causing this. Well, engagement here. There we go, that could be the Fulsker since they're full in heavy carbine riflemen having a hard time. And there we go, mine went off, clearing out most of the unit in the process. God damn it, Conrad, I told you, tie your shoelaces. Ah. The Fulskers engaging the riflemen, push it towards the northern viewpoint again. Here, riflemen leading the way, so into the Fulskers, an additional MG34 being pushed up here. MG34, the predecessors to the MG42. Almost as high a rate of fire, was also more expensive to produce than the MG42, also harder to maintain. In the end, though, due to having a bit of a head start there, the MG34 was actually more produced than the MG42. So, little fun fact there you go. We actually got a rather aggressive ambulance here. Bit bold there by V-Books. I mean, in one regard, of course, he risks losing it, but at the same time, he can, of course, then reinforce close to the front line and heal. So in that regard, I mean, it's a bit of a trade-off in risk, and so far, V-Books there seems to be sort of willing to make it, which is certainly rare to see. A lot of players tend to play it safe, but looks like V-Books is not the guy to just play safe. Certainly not when the Krauts come a-knocking. V-Books will not be found to be a coward. Most of the time. MG34, they're sitting up there to support the folks going to deal up. Point they're being secured. Ambulance a bit dinged up. Could do with a flesh do of paint and maybe some duct tape. Rather than forced to wait, we now here got a bit more aggressive assault there from Spanky. The MG34s creating zones of no yanks, or exclusion zones, whatever you can call them. Counter-attack here. We got Captain on the way for V-Books. He's going straight for the company command post, ignoring the platoon command post. Rather than attacking from the north. Bit of nothing happening there. Shots going off left and right, and there we go. Quick steel hand granate against the Yankees. And there we go, leaving 2 dead. And MG34 continues firing there across the open part there of the car. Steel and Pioneer clearly got on the other side of the house there, trying to finish off the job. Captain ready to join the field. Showing points there. Truck setting up. Looks like he might set up the Wehrmacht here for the Schwer Panzer headquarters. Around this area. Pretty common. Pretty common. Hardly any surprises there. Unless you never played the Oberkommando S4 against them. Anyways, points there being secured. Captain moving up to support here with his bazookas and Thompsons. Moving up there to clear out the building, flank up. The captain only wishes he'd brought some grenades. And overall wishes someone had ordered grenades to be researched. There we go, Brown light machine guns available courtesy of the infantry doctrine. There we go. Mine engagement of Artillery responsible for stopping the Volksgrenadiers with sheer courage and an itchy trigger finger. Though less accuracy. Engagement against Volksgrenadiers. We got V-Books are all trying to sort of push across a broad front at times. We got Spangia trying to sort of establish an aggressive position and slowly push back V-Books. So far, neither player is sort of fully succeeding in the strategy. Though the Spanky is probably succeeding a bit more since he's got most of the territory here versus V-Books at the moment. The captain could clear up things up there. Thompson moving in. Mine went off there, killing Jack and Joey. MG34 could be cleared out, could be cleared out. Finishing off things up close if the captain could stop jumping around all over the place. And could that be the end of the MG34? Could it be? Yes, indeed. MG34 taught. And then MG34 here trying to cover the corpse of their fallen comrade. Looks like the captain's going for it, and there we go. Man said heroically himself, "Hey guys, I'm the captain. This is not in the job description. Get back here." But sadly, he found himself somehow demoted and forced to lug around an MG34. We got an Indy for the coming there. So far a bit interesting here. Schwer Panzer quarters done. Obersoldaten could arrive any time soon now for Spanky, and there we go. They arrive. The Obersoldaten. Captain here covering the fuel point security clearing attempt. Wondering how the hell this happened. And there you go, Browning jumping up there. Stumpfunil trying to avoid the set right into the arc of fire of the MG34. On north, the things are getting a bit more heavy here. MG34, Captain, Browning's troops all running into each other. But looks like here this MG34 is about to get flanked as well. And now V-Books is effectuating a counter here versus Spanky Soldaten. Fuel point here falling. And there we go, the Schwerer Panzer quarters informing the Americans this is not the place they're looking for. Unless they fancy a volley of high explosive rounds into their torsos. Mine engaging up, setting up the building, thus forcing VPUKs to be a bit more cautious here. Can't allow them to advance that fast then. Stuart is available. Pack House is also an option there for VPUKs at the moment. Victory Point South being lost. They've got the infantry force setting up again. Defensive pot starting to take that versus the gentleman inside the building. Still no grenade for VPUKs. That could allow him to sort of, for example, more swiftly and efficiently clear out of the building. Instead, he's going for Stuart and he's going here for the Pack House, in which case he's also got his captain here, by the way. He should just basically supervise. Supervise, click that thing, click there, speed up the production of both, notably. Again, a lot of players tend to neglect this, interestingly enough, but again, you can allow it to sort of quick get it going, so definitely think VPUKs should consider that. Rather than in a, well, dire situation. And there we go, Orbital Line pushing forward. Looks like they managed to wipe something out. Looks like some riflemen were cut down with righteous fury. And now holding back the armies. We've got booby traps there, of course, also available to them. Stu and Pioneer forcing back the captain crew. And looks like here VPUKs got better things to do than supervise. The Stuart light tank has arrived on the battlefield. Still, Spanky is pushing back with further. And straight into the Stuart light tank, opening up there in the Orbital Dardan. 30mm gun firing there in the Stuart light tank, meant for, well, reconnaissance and the likes, but rather as the war progressed, sort of pushed into a role of infantry support. It's a service with the Soviets, but also the British throughout the war, and as a personal part also the Germans whenever they managed to capture some. This, by the way, being the sort of second version of it, there was also one I think was called an M3A1 or something, something anyways. So little fun fact there as well. But MD-34 crew here in a bit of trouble there with the Stuart light tank, taking heavy casualties there. And could lose the MD-34 crew here. The captain has gone down. Volkswagen have run off. Up north here, so trying to hold back Volkswagen the Panzerschreck, though far removed from where it's actually needed. Volkswagen's in trouble. Spanky getting got Kedman to deal with the armor, but looks like he might be setting up for a Panther, which is a good choice here, of course. Getting some heavy armor might prove worth it. Pack House mobilized here to support now. Shots fired. Looks like he's got for a forward retreat point here, though. I don't know. But there we go. Oh! Oh no, there's absolutely no anti-tank here, and they're all bunched up. It's like a shooting gallery for the Stuart light tank. Except it's getting hit by his own artillery, but either way, just tearing apart the Krauts. There goes Stu and Pioneer unit wiped out. 14 kills, almost stretching to there. Horrific kills, terrible kills. Right there on the German infantry. Definitely a spanking to Spanky right there. Teaching him to be, well, not try and do that again. But we've got the Kedman for their focused and ready. If only the battle group headquarters wasn't in the way. Captain joining in with a pair of bazookas. Stuart needs to get away though. Then again, he could try and just clear out the Kedman for there as its flank is now exposed. The troops here comes, and there we go! Shot wipes out almost everybody, but Gunther, who in sheer shame and panic runs for it. Recruiting it again, but still suffering losses. And there you go, Vetri to increase rate of fire, increased accuracy. The Stuart light tank is now noticeably more deadly. And there we go, battle group headquarters down again, a recruiting, but still the losses are piling up here. The artillery, the Stuart light tank are proving to be absolutely devastating now with the loss of the battle group headquarters. Certainly there are less options for Spanky, and certainly it's now lacking something to heal his troops. And of course, I mean, in theory, oh, he's had to replace them, so he doesn't have the ability to lay down medical supplies. Not really working out here for Spanky. Now, things are going a bit against him. There you go, getting that Stuart light tank repaired. That would certainly be a waste there for VPUKs to waste. Volkswagen is becoming the northern point. MG34 legging up further. And apparently now everybody's a captain, except the guy manning it. That's always one of the more sort of weirder eccentricities going up there, when you sort of use composite units to sort of secure a weapon. So, what's going on? We all got demoted. For what? We don't want to talk about it. Anyways, Foster's ringing against the Captain MG. Still a light tank there firing away. Artillery bearing down upon the position of Spanky, struggling to break out now, even as he's losing territory up north to the advances of the 5th Infantry Division. 29 kills, 30 kills, and that's to a light tank. Closing in on veteran field, Ken Method gets overhit there. Rifleman in defensive posture, holding back the orbital down. Orbital he might consider some smoke here. MG34, more Browning, so many machine guns. Sturm Pioneers wasted. Just dead German troops everywhere. It's utter carnage. The 1st SS has been blunted. Their glorious infantry assault slowed down, if not hobbled.
Steady up, fellas. Send your orders.
But Spanky's not giving up. He has true hope and faith in NC. Even he's handing over Panzer to his opponent. We've got the Swede there pushing forward again. They need to be a bit careful here. Lots of rockets going its way, or he's preparing to go its way. And there you go, very close to Veteran 3. Ambulance moving up to support the frontline troops. Nice job there, so he doesn't have to retreat. Again, Leepook's showing some courage there, some boldness, some initiative. Also getting shredded by the MG34, which is already Veteran 2, by the way. Packhauser there closing in on Veteran 1. Stills, oh, he does have the fuel now for the for the Panther. Now just needs the manpower, can actually sort of begin threatening Leepook's much more seriously, because currently, while Leepook's is really punishing Spanky's infantry and bending an early knee, I mean, he's very open to any kind of sort of serious armor. Panther right now would absolutely derail Leepook's. Massive artillery strike here around the fuel point, shattering fences and not really much else. Captain there getting stopped there by the Schwerpanzer quarters. Packhauser firing away most gloriously. But at the same time, the Swede here might have been pushed a bit too far. No. Looks like not. Pulling away there for repairs again. Folks, the orbital moving in. 31 kills. There we go. More shots, and there we go. Veteran 3, 32 kills. A real killer there. Definitely proving its worth here when well handled. No, rather heavily damaged. You need to be careful. One mistake and it could be the end. Not Packhauser, but a priest. Howitzer. Ready to deliver a sermon to the congregation. Oh, here we go. He's realized what Leepook is doing, and now he's realizing, now, I gotta surprise him in the name of the Reich. And pimp his Panzer. There you go, Stuart moving away, maybe realizing what's going on, but there we go. Right in front of the Kettenwerfer and kaput. The tiny tank terror has finally been stopped, but now we got a priest up here, and he's moving up pretty close there. Firing a direct barrage, wiping out the MG34 crew. And there's barely anything there for Spanky now. He can get the Panther now, though. He can get the Panther. Panzerkampfwagen 5. Achtung! Come on, Spanky. There we go. But there's not much infantry left. There's not much left overall. Just mostly corpses. Whereas Leepook's force is currently looking a lot more helpful. There we go, Rifleman caught between his Schwerpanzer quarters and Oberstein. There we go, Incendiary Pilgrims back here against the Oberstein, but they're not giving up. They got artillery raining down the building. Panther on the way, infantry trying to break through in the south, but they're getting overwhelmed. Her captain and Rifleman forced away brutally. Priest milling a bit about there. But some very violent engagement so far, and soon only about to get more violent, and the Panther will arrive like an armoured fist and break Vpooks' nose, that is, if Spanky lands his blow correctly. Since there'll be very little from Vpooks consists of that. There's a Panzerek and there's the captain. That's probably it, actually. There's no mines or anything else, really. As long as Spanky doesn't do something incredibly silly, he should be safe. Oh dear. That priest is rather forward here. Shooting straight here. Hit. And there, got Henry firing up. Panther shooting up. Main gun destroyed. Panther breaking through. Achtung. There we go. Priest abandoned but not kaput. There we go, wrecked. And there we go, we got the rifleman there with Panzerek firing into the rear. Damaged engine as well. If only there had been some infantry to support it, but there's barely anything left. At least he got the priest there, got a artillery strike going in. The Kenworth leads away, which is eventually too, by the way, which is good. Almost done the anything here, keeping the north safe from American interests. Panther there close to being utterly demolished. More Sturm Pioneers on the way, the only thing to have to repair. He could also consider maybe, you know, a mechanized regiment. That could also be used to sort of help with resources and the likes. Otherwise, also one thing to consider, it could also have been a Pack 43 eventually. But there you go, Oberson wiped out, and the LMG dropped in the middle of the road. Ah, scheisse. If the Americans get that, that's bad news. But no, the spare punch headquarters might keep it safe. No. Oh, the Volkers are running forwards. A desperate bit. Who can make it? No, the rifleman got it. The captain, though, got utterly annihilated in the process. Turn into mincemeat. Still an LMG-34 now in American hands. Bad news for the Reich. Sturm Pioneer finally there. Spanky will need to replace the Obersoldaten. He also needs to do some serious damage to that grenade. Almost getting the MG-34. Jackson's on the way there to respond to the Panther threat. Sensible, sensible. Again, never being forced forwards. In a desperate bit there by Spanky. Getting a Lux Aufklärungspanzer light armor there for some dealing with the infantry, I suppose, apply a bit more pressure that way. Could also work out for Spanky, I guess. Things looking grim. Quick Stilhandgranate sending the Americans running. Overall, there's little action here. Also up north, for example, Vpooks isn't bothering setting up, say, maybe just the something expendable up there. And further denying Spanky resources that way, which could always be good. Panther almost ready. Lux also. There's also an MG-34 there, which can be traded against the American foe. Of course, got the pack howitzer just constantly bombing away. There you go, Panther ready. Lux as well. A mix of light and medium, since the Panther was technically, at least by the German army, designated as medium armor and was assigned in that role. There you go. Panther rolling forwards. Looks like we're going to see a northern strike here. Lux leading the way, Panther supporting. Catching right from here. With the Kampfwagkanone, the auto cannon. Tearing apart the rifleman, damage suffered. We've got the Jackson here ready. Rifleman there took a hit there from a Panzerek. And there you go, Panther moving in, engaging, well, engaged by the Jackson. Rifleman sneaking up there, there you go, Panther pulling back, realising that might be a trap or something, otherwise not very pleasant. At the same time, push through the centre here. No weapons really set up to sort of deal with that. There's a few riflemen, but they are a bit of bad position. In fact, they could be wiped here by a determined Spanky. If he just had the munitions to do it. Panther could be sending support. Lux could also. Jackson here, though, ready as always. Already got repaired. And cover is basically shattering before the Volksgrenadiers as they push further and further into America. There we got Mark Grenade, Granate. But no, got the ambulance, got the ambulance. Vpooks immediately calling out another one as if though he was merely ordering a fresh donut. But, time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is Spanky's very much on the defensive now to a certain extent. And at the same time, he does have some armor here. He does have a spearhead, a fist for which to strike against Vpooks in spite and anger. and strike him down for his temerity to oppose the Third Reich. But at the same time, of course, Wiepuks is not really going to be taking that very easy. So, of course, he's getting tanked to try and deal with that. He's got one M36 Jackson, another one might be an idea. Of course, also consider getting a Sherman to that way, just sort of absorb fire, but also help deal with the infantry in that regard. There are a few options there for Wiepuks. But for Spanky, he needs to be pushing across as many points as possible. He needs to try and draw out Wiepuks, force him to spread out. More Obersoldaten would certainly be a good idea to sort of consider just more machine gun fire, more death, more destruction. Mines to sort of try and draw in some unity in there might also prove beneficial. Also, you should consider using his doctrine. Pack 43s could certainly help to sort of make it harder for the Jackson about. I think even a flanking placement or a bunker in the right place could do a lot to at least to secure some points, make it a bit harder there for Wiepuks to move about his infantry on its own as well, serving that way again as anti-harassment measures. I do think he should go for a mechanized regiment and then begin maybe aiming for a king target and then sort of support this kind of armoured force. That might certainly provide him with the sufficient force to sort of subdue Wiepuks permanently. For Wiepuks, I mean, again, his problem is armour. Another Jackson, another Sherman might be an idea, maybe both. But otherwise, keeping up pressure, keeping his rifle upgraded, he could definitely do with some more Brownings for those gentlemen, if possible. Trying to harass, trying to sort of constantly pressure, and also trying to sort of avoid a direct engagement with the Panthers. Try to flank them, or try to sort of engage them from a distance with one or more Jacksons, sort of that way deal with them. Others try to pressure the infantry, try to bleed out Spanky's infantry, which is really sort of the weak point at the moment, also certainly there where he so far has hurt the most. So there's definitely some thoughts there for Wiepuks, but overall Wiepuks sort of doing alright, except maybe losing some ambulances and the likes. But let's return into the fight. Luke's firing away there at the rifleman, killing indiscriminately. And there we go, Jackson fires a 90mm round straight into the Luke's side, which somehow survives it, damaged engine. And there you go, Panther moving in there to deliver the killing blow to the Jackson, if possible, or at least several blows. Finish off the bloody thing. Rifle there trying an anti-tank rifle grenade. Shots going off left and right, Panther pulling back, damaged. There we go, blitzing forwards now. Jackson could, there we go, armor-piercing rounds as well. Well, extra armor-piercing rounds, I suppose. It's not like, you know, a tank destroys and firing armor-piercing rounds in the first place, just, you know, higher performance ones, if you will. But there you go, another ambulance. Completely and blissfully unaware of what happens to his predecessors as long as it does not look to the right side. Yeah, just don't look to the right, nothing over there. Just an ice cream man. Ice cream man? Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Just don't look. Ice cream everywhere. And blood. Mostly blood. Shots fired there, though. There we go. Folger's ambush there at the Jackson. It looks like also there ones with the bazooka there. So a bit of extra added punch. And instead he'll get caught by the MG-34. Now veterans are free. Definitely increasing its lethality versus the Kraut hordes. And there we go, fresh Obersoldaten. Veterans of Normandy, of the Eastern Front. And they got quick grenade on the rifleman. Comparing that, we still got that MG-34 causing problems. With an MG-34 here keeping watch. Victory points, while they're not looking to the advantage of Spanky, need to do something to sort of turn things around. Additional Obersoldaten on their way. Looks like, by the way, that sort of the strategy he's trying to implement. He's basically striking north, trying to sort of use the terrain here to shield himself, also to negate the advantage of the Jackson, which largely relies on range. And again, there's not really a lot of sort of range there, so in that regard, he can use the sort of the advantage of the Panther, which is the more armor, more durability, versus the Jackson, which can't really use its maneuverability in its high range here. So that could potentially work out there if he can sort of do it correctly. Though to a certain extent also lies a bit of, you know, surprise. But at the same time, even if it doesn't engage up here, can you then sort of sneak up and sort of hit Wiepuks from the side and maybe also hit some other units, like saying, you know, another ambulance. So there are a few options there, but also like in this case, though, the rifleman and this supporting the Jacks. There's forcing him to sort of pull back here. Now the Jackson, there he goes, going to flank, he's going to sneak up, but at the same time there's another Jackson arriving. Still, going to make it difficult for the Jackson to get away. There we go. Shots going through the Panther. What is he going to do? He's going to need to blitzkrieg out on this one. Hope he can sort of make it without getting shot to pieces. And there we go, barely any health left. Veteran 2 on that Jackson, Veteran 2. Kenneff is going to bait in, there we go. Veteran 2, but there we go, shot went through. Causing the flying thing to block. There we go, at the same time though. Kenneff forgets it until he called in to avenge the fallen. But the Veteran Jackson survives this engagement as well. But now we do note once more the tide is starting to turn to the advantage of Spanky. Deephooks' infantry has suffered a bit here. Lack of attack has certainly given the infantry of Spanky a bit of a chance to push forwards. Troops getting suppressed there. Quick steel hand grenade, Panzerrex as well. Bazookas joining in the fun. Got the pack out continually firing out a stream of high explosive rounds. Inch enough, still nothing happening over the track. Jackson striking from the north, but that's not really going to do much versus the infantry. And there goes Steel Empire's about to get wiped, possibly again. Oh, looks like they're saved here, partly due to the interference of the Lux. But now, Spanky will need to call in another Panther. Lots more Ravner running for V-Pooks to replace all those losses suffered here.
Points are down to 300. Rifle squad ready for action.
Oh, Rifleman wiped. That could have maybe gone a bit better there for V-Pooks. There goes Salt, flanking the MG-34 there. Then again, getting within the range of the Thompsons. Nope. Grenade going off there, almost getting it. Almost, but not quite. Full retreat here as infantry with Panzerrex and nasty guys going through. And there we go, another ambulance left burning. And this time around, the V-Pooks is not quite as eager to call in another one, probably due to a lack of manpower. And also maybe because he has to explain to someone what keeps happening to them. Anyway, taking up position there, coming in a bit under fire. Still lacking that Panther though to sort of properly finish off V-Pooks. Can V-Pooks turn this around again? Or will Spanky's assault ultimately succeed and crush the Allied resistance in this sector? There you go. Veteran 25, 70 kills. 17, not 70, that is, just in case someone goes. Luke's bringing in some kills rather than trouble. Needs to get away already. But Luke's, as always, being a bit lethal there. Jackson moving hit, might try and get a kill there. We got grenades on the way. Finally, certainly took the Pooks long enough to consider grenades in the first place. You could say, I think, in several cases, use smoke screen to, advance safely. Or, get away safely. Orbs done securing the north. Southwards we've got Steam Pioneer, though with Lux in way to provide support there as well. Spanky can't get a Panther. Or again, he could try now aim for a King Tiger. He just needs to set up the mechanized regiment. Set it for fuel and, wait a bit. That could certainly also work out. And there you go, Jackson striking against the Lux. Eventually, too, he could consider right here maybe trying cautious movement, I suppose, in a desperate bit to submit, but no. Not work. Panther on the way. Panther on the way. And the Jackson pulls back like a very large and clumsy assassin. Grenade almost got the MG-34 crew, but once more survives. The grenades of the Third Reich. Troops sneaking up there. Steam Pioneer, Orbital Dial and Kedmer providing covering fire as well, though not very effectively. Panther almost done. Scott on the way there for V-Pooks, adding in actually they're sort of finding further pressure versus Spanky infantry. Points constantly shifting back and forth, but this time looks like Spanky might get all three. Then again, maybe not. Already one is falling back into the Americans. Into Vpux's hands. There you go, second Panther for this battle. Moved forwards. Under heavy fire here, MG34 artillery.
Standing by.
Panther rather cautious, he should consider getting a Pinterman machine gun on it, by the way. And again, mechanized regiment, mechanized regiment. Lone MG34 covering the northern victory point. Panther doing nothing at the moment. Possibly a bit worried about the presence of the Jackson, of course. There goes Scott rolling in. Going for some quick close quarters shots, and there we go. Gunther wiped off the face of the earth. Quick running around the corner then tries to sort of avoid the Scott. And there we go, hits his own men. Well done, Derek. There you go, Panther counter-attacking. You might see the Scott here lost. Does not possess smoke to cover itself up. He could lay down the smoke screen here with the rifleman, but the question is, will he do so? But no, using the train here to avoid shots, and there you go, Panther arriving. Well, not Panther, but Jackson arriving to save the day. The armor piercing rounds would help. Another Lux here for Spanky, very interesting. He seems very intent on a Panther Lux combo. Not what you'd necessarily expect, but there you go. Orbison there suffering more losses. We've got the Scott moving in for another Orba kill. In this case, the Orbison escaped in time. There we go, the second Lux of this battle arrives. Seems like Spanky's very intent on this specific combo, this specific tactic. Heavy defensive versus infantry in the centre, but there's very little sort of steel with armour. There you go, except the Jackson, of course. Very close to veterans in 3. Keeps up getting some of those kills there for the MG34. 14. Pack Howitzer and Scott getting off some kills there as well. Close to veterans 3 for the Pack Howitzer. South being secured by the Major. Ken there for holding up the building, not really being a threat to anything except the interior. But there you go, Luke's arriving. The Major is definitely not going to have a chance versus that. Panther milling about there. South, north we got the MG34 pushed back here by the rifleman. Grenades flowing through the air. Like they just don't care. Interesting enough, Spanky does not seem to care to try and use his Panther to deal with the infantry. Can't help but feel that might be a bit of a miss. Opportunity. If that Jackson hits veteran feeder, that's never going to be a problem there for Spanky. There we go, folks, go straight in front here. All the artillery machine guns, there they go, grenade, forcing it back. Another grenade of American, straight on the German, and... oh, full wipe there. Veterans U5 Volkswagen unit lost, and now he's... the only highest veteran thing he has is the Raketenwerfer. Massive blow right there for Spanky. Priest could be called in for more artillery here for Vpux. But this fight's certainly seen a lot of back and forth here. Certainly both players staging comebacks, despite, you know, being rather in the dumps at times. But so far, if you were to sort of inquire as to who sort of probably used the doctrine the best and the most, it'll probably be Vpux, since he's, you know, well, used most of the abilities, except, you know, this one, and well, the Mordraft, it really isn't worth bothering with, to be fair. Whereas Spanky, it's just the MG34. I mean, he might as well have gone for Luftwaffe. He could have used, you know, airstrikes. He could have called in Fallschirmjäger. I mean, he could have done notably more than rather what he's just doing here with just, you know, the MG34, since he doesn't seem to care about anything else. Quick grenade here. There you go, the Luke's counting another Jackson and a third ambulance. Stumpunier striking short with pretty much no support. And then again, there's not hardly much support for anything at the moment here from Spanky's side. Got another Battle Group headquarters going up. He's completely ignoring the mechanized regiment. And certainly not carrying out a King Tiger. Pin my machine gun, they're still on the Panther. But there you go, flanking in. Trying to get that Scott. Trying to get it. Narrowly avoids several shots there. Luke's moving in. Second Jackson, by the way, out for VPUX now. Second one. Again. Seems to be sticking here to a combo of Jacksons and Scots. Maybe with a priest to provide a high explosive sermon from time to time. Bit of larger action there. Another head-on assault, but straight into again a rather well-defended position by this point. That Veteran T3 MG34 is not going to stop killing anytime. Oh, never mind. The Orbital done took care of that one. Spanky, or VPUX troops themselves also getting rather extended. The Orbital are still doing something that looks as well. Both players sort of having a harder time sort of actually maintain any kind of map control here. Both players also rather stubborn, but still, VPUX does present a bit of a chance still with all the artillery and the Jacksons, but again, he's very low on infantry. Oh, and he's sending the Panther again without any sort of any serious support or repairs. I mean, he really should have gone for a mechanized regiment, I feel. That will at least allow him to, you know, just send it back for repairs. Instead, he's now sending his tanks without any serious, well, fixing. And there you go. Luke's down. LMG-34 again secured here by some riflemen. Moving in the less than heavily damaged Jackson to deal with the Panther. There we go. Second Panther, an utter wreck. There we go. Defensive posture, Brownings and LMG-34s sending those Orbitals down running. Question is, what will Spanky do now? So much infantry has been lost in this battle, so many tanks. So many weapons. That's not to say he hasn't managed to give VPUX a bloody nose though. And there we go, grabbing the MG-34 there and the Raketnev again. Clearly not going to give up here. Down to 68 victory points versus 131. There we go, Raketnev dealt with in a more permanent matter fashion. Heavy artillery fire. But what will Spanky do now? He's some time away from another Panther.
Attack is in action. Standing by for setting of command post.
Very close victory for the Jackson. I suppose you could try and deal with the Schwer Panzer quartering. Sure, there's no further armor there for Spanky. There we go. And there we go, Veteran T3. Higher rate of fire now. That's definitely dangerous. That's definitely dangerous. And there you go, even armor-piercing rounds just for the hell of it, it seems. Folks are trying to do the Panzer strike, but they didn't get to be fast enough. And there you go, Schwer Panzer headquarters of wreck. He's down to the battle group headquarters. A few infantry units. Smoke going down there of a rather poisonous kind, I imagine. And another priest now out here for VPUX. Another priest. Another artillery piece of the more mobile kind. Go. More shots fired. And now looks like Spanky's just throwing out false grenadiers in the hopes that might give him what he needs just even briefly. even as artillery tears it apart, and light machine guns cut it down.
The squad is back to full strength. Lock bolts. Make safe and begin.
Forces heading north are trying to strike against those Jacksons. Quick grenade there. I think a smoke grenade might work better, if anything. Would allow them to cover up the victory point while they secured it. Quick flank there. Grenade in. But still taking such heavy fire. Scots and priests are just, well, not priests, but pack howitzers just tearing everything apart. And an artillery strike completely collapsing the watermill. And the crew inside. Now there's practically nothing left for Spanky. Just a few men and that's it.
Enemy down to 100 points.
He's brought his opponent down to 100 points, but I don't really think he can keep that. And there we go, artillery strike going even close to the base there. Though in this case, note he's shooting from so far away into territory we can't see there's going to be a higher scatter. That's some amount of artillery. Depending on if you can see the target or not, and depending on range, it will be a lot more or a lot less accurate. That's also a little detail there to keep in mind.
Back to full strength. Enemy infantry.
Grenadier, ready for action.
Rifling forwards. So the Foxes are then getting rather killed then. Artillery just rains down. Orbs around there close to getting absolutely struck down.
We are suffering heavy losses.
There we go, wiped again.
Infantry group are lost.
There we go. Now there's just Fox gunners and an MG-34 covering the north point.
Prepare for action.
The centre's just devastated.
Grenadier are on the line.
But at this point, Spanky's got no chance left. I mean, he's got bad... Right, sorry about that. Thought I'd cleared up some space. Apparently I hadn't. Anyways, there's nothing really left here for Spanky. He's got no forces. His opponent in the hand has got plenty of them. Plenty of veterancy. Plenty of things that go boom. This is pretty much GG. There we go. Wiped.
We've lost a squad of infantry.
Send orders.
Grenade there versus the MG-34 up north. He could just pop smoke on it as well. But still, Spanky persists for some reason. He refuses to give up. Just going to speed this up, and there you go, GG. Game over, a loss for the Reich, a loss for the first SS. Broken and blunted by Vpux. A rather brutal game with high casualties on both sides. Several times one side was close to losing, but then sort of managed to turn it around. But in the end, though, Spanky strategy, and I feel, you know, he's not very strong in his doctrine. Rather saw him run to the ground here, but Vpux overall had a bit more mix of units. Overall defended territory events, and overall made better use of his doctrine. So in that regard, you know, also unit composition-wise, we had artillery, he had anti-tank, he had infantry, support, all that, whereas Spanky was basically infantry, tanks. Maybe a few machine guns, that was about it. So there's definitely some things that could have been improved upon. I mean, there are some times, again, he also tried to use his Panthers too much like a bludgeon, instead of trying to sort of flank around there. Even versus Jackson, you have to be a bit more careful. And certainly, I think he should have gone for a mechanized regiment, and a part of me would have liked to have seen a King Tiger instead. And certainly, I feel like, you know, he should have gone for Pack for the Fleece, or he should have gone for Luftwaffe. I mean, if you're not going to go with anything else in this doctrine, then you might as well go for Luftwaffe and get some other builds in. I do think, for example, a Luftwaffe strike there could have helped him, for example, but there you go. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. If you did want to subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send it to me, playing up, write some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Dancing. Cheers, and thank you all for watching. Bye.